episode for high GC news. Mima ubibia akwaba had the latest hot kwa era me de bremo. Eruti zonya subscribe to channel idea bo modia say over subscribe. The way I say over click the subscribe button. Na wabele notification. We had a video for be upload on with the first person once ever can sa video. Afi we are na wa like video no give us a thumbs up na fi share ma wo foforo so na wenye bi hwe na wo hu ensemo a ekoso e wo Ghana memo hanum afi ntentemara yembura ye ensemo a abeto ye pno so uminti ye sankomo ya babeto je sa report mama yiti sansemo ye ekoso uminti
baako amahu wa hai wo musa motu ho na monde ba de aka no e de na esi ho kwan ye nim sa attorney general ne ye di nkomo e ma corruption scandals a Ghana for any SMC for ne ye kan wa sa ma Ghana for wo se kro no koso wa banda dadem e bi ya Sputnik V mo kan wa sa mo ba mo be review PDS any Bank of Ghana sika wo mo print ya amfamra kwan so na sika ne ya hu de aban ne de ye Cecilia ye di ba ye sky train no and me fan say Ofori Atta Atenacha Cathedral and three of them they akano documents na monsanka ya na say die ntia de na be no delay
right and see also a lot of them prosecution any one day matter.
All right,
Attorney General is the minister that has held the most media engagements to give the citizens of Ghana accountability on progress of Ejuma or government is actively fulfilling your commitment to good governance and our various anti-corruption investigations across all the sectors. The Minister of Health, when we COVID-19 expenditure audit, the report is currently under review.
Okay.
But the vaccine procurement now, it is under active investigation, and in due time, the Attorney General will give us results. Finance Ministry has launched an inquiry into the collapse of all the indigenous financial institutions, and also reports Ebeba.
Okay.
Energy and Green Transition Minister is investigating PDS scandal.
Okay.
Audit company Deloitte and Touche is currently conducting an independent national cathedral audit.
Okay.
And we are expecting the report by the end of May. The what did they call it? The 13th African Games. Now you can you're questioning Yema Bebreno. So far, the Attorney General has filed 11 charges against the former National Signals Bureau Director. Charges are also being prepared both for the Accra train, the Sky train, and the National Service Ghost names. So, Ejumane de Kosopa, and in due time, there was a kind of frontier say, you can say MPP for more use or more power make capriciously. Even those who are under investigation, we must grant them their constitutional rights to due process. And once we are going through that due process, ultimately the results will justify the means that we use so that everybody will come on board, say this is not a government that is given to vindictiveness and that's a political witch hunt. Attorney General, so I can say answer now all the assembly courts no. Obe ensure say ne brief a watertight and here investigation and information gathering.
Okay.
To ensure say yet in some bar obi anka say oh na mo ni case na a political witch hunt. Baby, we say juma no koso.
Okay. All right. Shami Baku baby Sansan ya code of conduct now. President can wasem I think that was Monday, right? Yeah, the no enho enkomo. Ye nim se Baku Annan ka ho ameswa de no president actual the ama IGP say one more updating the investigation so far. Me pacho ebi eka ho a eno no me share da ente ho asem ayawa so wesi wagon. And I didn't share salad and president Troy because I know the man say. Okay. And see, your reports now, we will let Ghana, the people of Ghana know. All right. Code of conduct, our president, Diama appointees, Semo, the Shasso, Namudia Ye Jumano. Mudia here na Ghana for yetia because I documented it here. Yeah, you bet me a kind of update Ghana for. But what is that dom level cause 20,000 gifts now president take on once and also do and want so.
Right. Debia Meka and na mene no crane or media station be.
Okay.
And I'll make you the same comment. And the fact of the matter is that code of conduct is a living document. What we can be assured of is that Omampenyin John Mahama, in the truest spirit of transparency, because it's easy, say a government ever open itself up the way His Excellency has done. Code of conduct, no, it's not even for only us. Yeah, publish it so citizens have access to what we have said should guide the behavior of public officers.
Okay.
And it's a citizen be should say, oh, minister, code of conduct, you may say, so yeah, we can report you. There is a platform for you to do that.
Okay. Because
we continue and lament, say, your governance, no, you're weak, without doing action. And make a chair, MP Bako. Honorable Tampuli, I'm not criticizing move. Me say, ACS, Munya power, ye power, one for and take action to defend our good governance. Rather, you use your power to deteriorate our governance institutions. In the next President Abba, now already on the day that he launched the code of conduct, he announced sanctions against appointees who have breached one of his directives. I was saying, Jintung say, Omampenyin means business.
All right.
As appointees, I was saying, say, Papa no, Waka said this month, this legacy term, and the legacy term, and you know, a Jumadina, Odia to the Ninsa Obeyano, Obia Onya aligned to the values of his administration. The values of humility, the values of service, the values of responsiveness to the needs of the people, the values of anti-corruption, so that we would use the resources of the nation for the purpose, you know, on which we should use them for. Okay. If you are not aligned to these values, then you don't have a space in its government. We must be happy as a nation that we have turned this new chapter in our democracy, and we should support His Excellency to achieve his objectives for developing this country.
All right, Sammy Manson and Memo Akono, President John Dramani Mahama, communication at my NSA is not business as usual. Government when yet dada bia, but na ebesiti sabia minister bi bibi ye kan wan se TV ne radio so na enkoba ne se aban bu befu onipako na ye ni minim de ti ami bi sa question no because e be wi eche na fe oh na se we de anka ya nipa me ya sure se we hu be bia make ka ko no
like why mo no be ka say anka ya nipa
aban na kasa be ka se o we de se ya nipa ye kopa che mo fa nche
yes, it's a question. I mean, yes, you.
The person who will say, me best say, code of conduct, no.
Yes.
Yeah, Baba, can they start here, American? Yeah, can we any and Yama a woman was a minister, Eddie year, Juma appointed to the year, Juma.
Exactly.
A minister not appointed before. Now, be a gun of fire shots as he come once a month. Government communication will come after for Chrome or your sacred.
Oh,
that's what I want to know.
Oh, yes, baby. I didn't hear. We are all calling for responsible citizenship.
Okay.
So, what we don't want to encourage is the communication of or misrepresentation of issues.
Okay.
There's a real true basis. Even the president now announces that we are going to put up a public platform. People can report appointees that you think have breached any aspect of the code, you know, even anonymously.
Yeah.
So that we can follow through. Because meaning media so they can become instead of a progressive and a proactive force, sometimes they can be a destructive force.
Sure. All right. Young share policies are president any call a whole contract, policies are who yes or they ever back. Young Bobby Sonia here, while boss Rami check here, say, where do Juma?
Okay, say roughly 25 policies.
Yeah.
And the two in at least by 4 months no.
Sure.
We should have completed or started work on it. And I'm happy to announce that of the 25 policies no, we have been able to do 20 of them, and 5 of those policies are still in progress.
Okay.
And it's a very good progress that we have made. And we are very happy at the hard work of the sectorial ministers now. Omoda various promises name and they reporting Magana for say Itimia achieve 20 of them. Says there I cannot say impact no and the results, because a lot of the programs no are initiatives that will begin to see the impact of very, very soon.
All right. Baku Womwa Ghana for Bisa Wasam COVID levy ho and no more yanade.
Okay, yes, I say a buy no within 120 days no. You bear abolish nuisance taxes. No?
Yeah. And
see Osha at least 4 of the nuisance levies we have abolished them. E-levy no 10% betting tax emissions and the honky home. No. COVID-19 levy no. We have initiated the process to rationalize the tax regime.
Okay.
It has implication with the IMF program. And the campaign time, no, we have to make the IMF for HTS say, as for COVID levy, no, it will not be part of our administration. And see, that is why we communicated that. But now so say we have to negotiate with the IMF, because we are in an IMF program, and the COVID levy is part of the negotiated agreement under the SWAL administration. And see, by the end of this month, the finance minister assured said, after the rationalization of VAT and the other tax issues, we will be able to bring legislation before Parliament to abolish the COVID-19 levy as well, because as Abino is unconscionable, say, long after COVID-19 is gone, long after individuals benefited so much under the previous administration from the single source contract for those who were working at the airport and charging all travelers. They made millions of cedis and in fact dollars from that COVID-19. Why must we continue charging Ghanaians for COVID-19 levy? And and also so you better abolish it.
A memorandum from former National Signals Bureau Director General Kwabena Agyapong has revealed staggering expenditures on the national security and intelligence operations. This, he says, included some 8.3 million Ghana cedis for communications equipment for an opposition party and nearly 1 million Ghana cedis in payments to members of parliament for passing key laws. Now, ranking member on Parliament's Defense and Interior Committee, Reverend John Fojo, is asking for a probe into this, and he joins us on our desk. Let's speak to him. We'll also have on the line lawyer Martin People with us, and he's also going to share his views on this particular happening. I have Martin with me right now. Martin, what do you make of these revelations made by Mr. Boahene, and what do you think will change in the investigation or the case that's before court?
Okay, so I state that the revelations are an eye-opener, okay, and enlightening, because we've been enlightened, in the previous administration, we always felt there was some misuse of our funds, okay, for lack of a better word, but we had no evidence, and so with this particular kind of revelation, we are getting closer. We are not quite there yet, but we are a bit closer to, finding exactly how the state uses and misuses our resources. Okay? So I call this revelation God sent because it's making us wiser as a people. I mean, all the things we've been saying that, hey, politicians don't use our money well. Politicians don't use our money well. The public purse is not being guarded well, all right? The public purse itself is being stolen. It's something that this revelation has come to reinforce. So we should be happy for it. I mean, comparatively, you remember in the U.S. When Bradley Manning, now Chelsea Manning, when they did the WikiLeaks, okay, and other countries all over the world, right? A lot of countries. You see the revelations of national security secrets, etc. It brought similar results where it opened the eyes of the American people to how government was misusing their money, etc. So this should be maybe our mini WikiLeaks. So we should be happy.
But Martin, do you think this in any way is going to change the dynamics of the case in court? I mean, these revelations being made by the NSB, former NSB boss.
It's early days yet, okay? Early days yet because, Dr. Ayine is making a different case in court. He says that he's sent the transfers from the NSB account to Eduwahin's private NSB account, and then from that place to Mayfair Properties. Let's be very clear. From the Eduwahin private account to the Mayfair Properties, etc. So the case Ayine is making, I see, is quite different from what Eduwahin is answering here. Nonetheless, as I said, as a nation, we should be very grateful to Eduwahin for their revelations because now we can push harder. We've always said that, look, let's not throw our destinies into the hands of politicians. No, they are not angels. Politicians alone can't build this nation. They are our classmates, our brothers, our sisters, our sons and daughters. So we always need to remember that and keep them in check. Right? So I don't, for now, based on the case Dr. Ayine is building, I don't see Eduwahin's answering that. Because to be very specific, to repeat, Ayine has been clear that, look, you see paper trail, money for the NSB goes into Eduwahin's private NSB account. I know Bright Simmons is raising a question that Registrar General has to answer, or if it's like Registrar of Companies, how they could create that private company for Eduwahin and his wife. That looks very much like the official NSB account, right? So from that private NSB account, he says money goes to Mayfair Properties and all the other things that Dr. Ayine is mentioned. So it's incredible. I mean, I don't... and we all know Dr. Ayine. Ayine is quite a serious man. So for now, I would say that these revelations are not an answer to Ayine's probe or Ayine's case.
Right. So, Martin, the man is making allegations that some over 8 million cedis went to the opposition at the time, now in government. The president has also declared, forcefully that he's not going to countenance corruption in his government or, where there's even going to be an oral committee who is, looking into some of these things. And later, the AG himself prosecuting some of these cases if found, culpable. So in this case, do you think that there's the scope of investigation, as is being called by Reverend Tim Fojo, should be expanded to these elements that he's raised at this point in time?
Oh, sure. Why not? You see, you're talking about, in theory, as I've mentioned, state secrets that we will get to probe and to learn how our money is being used in secret. It will be good for us. So if Forjo can push more, just making a call on a news bulletin like this doesn't appear as one that will be forceful enough to get the president to do that kind of probe. So Forjo should be thinking of ratcheting up the call. Yeah, he has to ratchet up the call. It doesn't appear that this is sufficient.
But does he even have to ratchet up the call? I mean, this is a case that the AG is already probing and taking it to court. Can the AG do more than that? I mean, this is in the, in his backyard anyway.
Let me see. I think I need, but let's go back a bit. Let me get it. So, Team Forjo is saying that, to be clear, because I haven't read the story, what he's saying is that he's asking that the revelations made by Boahene should also be investigated by the Attorney General. That's a call.
No, to be investigated, he doesn't specifically name Attorney General.
Okay. All right, let's go back a bit and see, so that I don't answer a question that I haven't reflected on well. I thought he was asking for a commission of inquiry. So that's the way I understood it. But now let's come back a bit. Let's take some of the items. That will make a better, it will help us understand. So let's say, everybody says money was paid to opposition parties to do, what do you call it?
Even MPs to pass certain security laws.
Okay, so maybe, yes. So all of that, I think a lot of them sound in corruption. Yes, if you say you're paying MPs money to pass a law, it sounds more in corruption. And so that would look like OSP. If you pay money to opposition parties to help them monitor elections, etc., what were you doing? Paying them off? Is it using public office for private gain? So you should come with more details. You see it? Yes, then it will be clearer. It will be clearer so that I'll know who should go. Because as I said, I understood it as a commission of inquiry. That one is general, all round. So that one, yes. But now if you say go to Ayene, it's not too clear to me that all of that can go to Dr. Ayene, the Attorney General. Some of them, from what I'm saying, the ones that it says pay to MPs, etc., that's sounding in corruption because MPs are paid to pass laws. And you know that particular thing, look, it's not the first time. That particular thing, pay 900 and something thousand to the MPs to pass the Securities and Intelligence Agencies Act, the new one. It's not new. Look, lots of government agencies, they always pay. It's become standardized. They always pay. And we've had an interview, a debate with Joe Wise, with Samson Labiayenene, where Joe Wise said, yes, they receive those monies.
Right.
They think it's facilitation of their work. So you say, so that one deserves a probe. So that we'll go into it. This is not, Edubani is not the first to reveal that MPs are paid money to pass laws. They've standardized it. Look, I can tell you that about 10 years ago, a friend of mine, a lawyer, when he went to the Committee of Parliament, this is what they said. They said, hey, yeah, man, we hope you've brought weights to put on your papers. Otherwise, the wind will blow your papers away. You know what the weight is? It's money. You are coming to the Committee of Parliament, you haven't brought money, then they can't see your work. It's been there. Look, from the late 90s, we started hearing MPs are paid money to pass budgets, etc. from 98 onwards. Right. Okay, so that one deserves a commission of inquiry first, so that we see the length of the toll.
All right. Thank you so much, Martin.
We want to say, Anka, you will nipa ba kubi Anka by now. Yatina yente no. Oha.
Oh, anya nipa ba ko ebere.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Nya nipa ba ko. Me wo bi sa mi kwa mi. President Kwan Anka mi nya me ne ba baby sanan I know some. Okay, I mean, Cochina side, but I'll invite him. No man, and entrepreneur.
President Bay. No, not Akufo Addo.
And one can do a friend say, President Akufo Addo. Or no one can no man back contract 2058 million.
Ambulance spare person.
Yes. No. And then now, if it's all ban wire pennies, it's all a mechanical accessory. Now, don't I go see saying, then you're saying, a man is a can cry near the Pianino, but the amount of Basson Franco ambulances. Why? Come for your years.
Gabby,
ambulance almost brand new.
You're brand new.
It is over the president, no, some of the councils, not time. Maybe a electric or occasional the councils and you be all now be spoke with soon. Nothing. Don't know what for a man of Modia. This is what he did. A man and a bush of any now, Koyo Campaign, we are not the Kunku. And one. This is what happened. Very, very sad. Okay, very, very, very sad. So my the woman has some strap. Almost years kind of. Me can't say years kind of. Interesting. Years kind of. You do Boahene some or you. What to be that? The crown no cry never. Now when I'm marking the approval the contract 1.3 million a month.
Afenyo na approve here.
Naga. On one account, I do what you want to say. Afenyo marking the approval the contract 1.3 million a month. Which is Afenyo marking and just and you know one team one another day no. PCG minister or board chair or Asante Bediatuo, board members were and so many others. Now, in some way, I'm more accused because how? Muko and Dadia, won't you old one? Order because you cannot more party. With your mafia, Uncle Merton, Marco Tom. Hey, the NDC Ama, they will still be doing it. Go and come out, there be and came out. So it's all be going on.
Richard Amwakoba. Akwa twetwe nkomo yewura wadawro ma nwumre yemu akwaba
ejemozo
ene yabakan se edom kuma e wamra se bedafia se owura Alexander Afenyo Markin ene wo present petition eto ne mra se bedwafo ne kakra bi ena Ghana fo kuma bi wo mo ye kyere bi e wabonte wadawro ma minim se wani de kyere na demonstration de kan uhu ne sen ansa na yabasenti na nkasa kraso.
Just a while we want to send their own demonstration. Yasam Papa. The MPP for your mind, a China, Monini, and your money, Katambia Muscle, who be an hour car somewhere here, Mukasam Papa. Get down with Fire, she can yamu. ECG, some cocoa board one, Mr. Boahene, MPP for the taxi. Some can say the party has become a criminal organization and a president to Jim. This is what is coming. And that's what's going on. Kamo kasa, and kamo felicino, kasa, yansa semna muka. Asuma we just obi auto your lawyer, go and must solve it done his idea. So it makes no sense. Agyarko constitution, I can say president to me, you know. So yeah, until I say, who call demonstration. No, onion. Constitution, a kind of who there was, yeah. Constitution man who can't talk to me, say, or set up committee, almost investigated, say, young free one, and a different matter on something. The Omo Joan. Now, say, President Omo, yes, and President with the consultation of Council of State to me suspend this Chief Justice. That is what he did. Now, what's I want to say? Constitution is what to me, yes, what's I want to say? No one will put a whole yes, and it's a law, no one, and more one as a thing. Who too much of the woman be alone, but Pankwan, or we have common sense going to use it. They don't use common sense. MPP lawyers. No, who no one, I can't some more than 50, and then one, some who's Anqua, Adia, I won't trust it. So, yes, I know her two home. You are shooting yourself in the foot. So, the first of what we call demonstrations and Chester Court. That's all person supporting and Chester time, be also can be one. If you are can, it's just all good one. So because the thing is very clear. Why would you do that?
Yura, adeɛ bi si wɔ one of the videos no mu. Na yehu sɛ Emrase Bedwani yosaye minority leader. Owura Alexander Fenyomaken. Nanka wɔde ne nsa wo prosini bi ani a wɔto ne nsa kora wie. Wadaro masube yi a wɔda na die ɛsɛ fata honorable member na.
Oh, the bitch says, "Ask me, but no more really. No more vanity. No more fun no credit. And now, Brasia, it will only get worse. Than it you. It's just a I saw I didn't know who can wolf. I didn't know wolf. The president, the yard there with me. I didn't know my wolf. Well, near Buffon a day, Sadia, and by John, your Buffon a day. Yet the young son, so now when you're arrogant to the sense, open so you're a big guy, do to me at the upper, this is what will happen. Bako ye bibi kakre dina no now doing under ho. Ato Forson Adorye. That's anything when that happened to them. They can say bon summer see MPP no, bon summer see. And you know what do. And then I'll do that. So you know. And your papa now oh, me who them the mechanic.
Yura yan share a Sentia. Wamode a demonstration. Sentin and say. Yama mi Gertrude Arabesa batukunu yenya no na ontena ho no nye na adwuma na nya saa na akwakoye se atemu adwuma no ye toto ne fom wadaroma se wotena se na wo hwe yama mi ne dwumadi a wadie nsem a aba ewom se petition no ni nyina no enya maaye na emum ensem fekuo ba mienu miensa bi abetodwa ya yatete bie no ene sede ye temu adwuma no in general esi ekono. Do you think say ehia overhauling ana baby adro ne yanya nsa nanem?
Ozana constitution e ton says what democracy man. Ade bi o hwana constitution man adro ne. Untimi nya ho hwe. They are canon no one also fast na che one consistent. So into one feel say okay, you say about appoint committee to investigate you know the analysis. Two of them, Supreme Court justices, one a chairman. Fine. And as a way to consist na make you. About Article 7 or 3. Once they are doing that work, no, so the president in consultation of Council of State would suspend the Chief Justice. Constitution your president in a pen warrior. And to go through them, not so empower you to suspend the almost patches a Chief Justice, the way beyond one your money beyond sanity. That is a criminal Chief Justice who are done holy cow, it's me and he, and it. Yes, and the enemy. So your lawyer also to me, Junior, criminal, Sabi. Lawyers and enemy. Kaka come above you, drop a dinum quan, a kaka, and chassis. To a copy safe. That demonstration is needless demonstration. Okay, internet, needless. The Constitution says President Millions are in. No, I found one or there is a din. Look at demonstration of it. Look up at it. If you have a castle, there's some conform of Mushia, you know, own way. Neither a president could suspend, no, which make us. But we knew once in the Dana Constitution, the Atrono, star, Dani fashion. Uber said, yeah, and never pass. Yes, okay, fine. But said the Atrono, Tana also this. The train, raise the issue of Parliament. No more amend the Constitution until it is amended. No, into your home. No, like I say, President two committees say who you no suspending. Tell you what, Chief Justice or one new office no is still working no, or try to interfere with what is happening. And into President me uniform as I send you no, but traffic waba. Traffic near you would do, but traffic. So now then I'll go.
Yo, yeah, wedie ma ama mene wo ni sankomo emenya wedie esa say ya na ho na kakra na say ya wo ha ne yete say NPP for ye thank you to abronye ne wura Kennedy Agyapong ensem bi esi ama abronye ejam owura Kennedy Agyapong pa wada ruma ensemi wani mu a wo hu ne sen
and that's all we can on some party. And yeah, we're going to be about when you wake and who says I don't know because one fan of crying yet, Juma. But someone said, because the same one because who got thank you to our own will be a 2 about Cecilia or Kodani party. Someone your day, on your day. And drama and also that's the same your day. It's a old boy, dear, and answer. And then no crack. One day I was at one fan of crap on a Saturday, but I could use. And Canada, thank you, Tony, and I say, Obio Hamuya in favor of. So, then Moses was here, apology for. And no, they are not optional. It's a penny be our party, maybe I was all come.
Anka Omunyano, Akomunyano, apology to.
Yes.
Son say home.
Now, one drama, I don't know how more both stand out to what Yamis. I said, no. I'm with you. Again, I'm more both you pursue. It's so catch rate. So, now I know, dear. And you'll be open, I'll call. Party, New York, I said, more running for president, no, be our copy. Because you're on it, they're standing by. It's 9% yes, because of Kennedy. 35% because of Bawumia, and 67% because of Nanado. You only Nanado crack out.
Ubianko Pati only be.
Now, oh, I'm not putting the powers on who said Nanado can't be because on no part in a one for Bufuyan. Now, by Mr. Mufanchemi, then I may most of the trouble area. Mufanchemi, Amunians, Mufan, and Panissi Party. Best party Mufanchemi. Oh, that's a Mutinka. Mufanchemi, the also Mkoka. Thank you, Tom. So, thank you for what? Don't worry. Oh, be our real or the dance that. Here's what Jow. Well, I'm talking about Jow. Which will go down. Assembly.
Oh, all right.
And some Nankasanya, some papa, and I'll go fast a moment. Thank you, dear. Bawumia, dear, no one on Mutinaki. As an man, but in others, who were full. It's just all no more campaign. Then, Mom, you are 200 here. Now, I'm coming. No more could do honor. And I'm moving every day. Oh, that I'm moving more Casacano, that means a lot. Now, Mount Fonso saying, go for your part. This is the Omukasa Kama, only now by on the opportunity presents someone can see.
But so what naturally now share a political party like NPP. Now tier and someone appear free, a regional chairman, a year abronya Anno. Abranti Nekasaye.
Oh, before now, Bapati.
Oh, okay.
Before, but I'm saying, some before ne, Ahoyani, Nadani, Mepanners, News, Meprobi, yeah, 2 hours ago, be so, a co busy kind, Nina, but I was an adoption. So, I assume anymore, that's what happened. But the party behind where operated the NP Gazayan as I went over to my winning. Nipa no more running for office. Obia person. Very possible. Is it possible? Which now Mushi and a party now is then we say no painting Manunko. Mamoda Maya wants some say, Mungo, Mungo, Kunisia, the Ujina Hono, no, the Beko. And never part, yes, I know. 2 hours Ujina Hono, every year, you know, you chow now, Ujina now, Akufo. Who could see any here? So, see, I understand. Yes, free for all. We are to hear Opedia, we are to impact the cancer in the Opedia. No.
Ora John Dramani Mahama, Etre Kunyasono. 120 days, Anna, you women, I'm saying no on the 5th. It on the 7th, not just when ya the 120 days, no, our car, you know. Yan trust and analyze in Wamakakra as a political analyst, no. We show John Dramani Mahama 120 days in office. Who saying generally, BBR. Oh, okay.
It's in the right direction. Oh, yeah, BBR, why you're intent to study a pedal.
Okay.
He's in there as long as he's on the right direction. So, you credit him. The veteran say, Uncle say, Yachi. The moment someone. I'm two boys, one and one cause it to boss and not gather information is the son of you. For someone to boss, no money.
Na, Doctor One Casado Sautewa. We only say, Anka, you will nipaba could be Anka by now. Yatina Yentino,
Oh, anya ni ba ko bebre.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, see. Nya ni ba ko. Me wo bi sa mi kwa me. President kwa kam nya me ne ba be sa na no asem. Okay, see me ko china side but I will invite him. No man ya ne entutu na no. One ya two.
President ben. Na not Danko Akufo Addo.
President one kasa mo do friend say President Akufo Addo. Ono one kasa mu. No man back contract 2058 million.
Ambulance spare pass no one.
Yes.
One.
Yes. No. And now office of Banwaya Penias is all a mechanical accessory. I don't have consistent. Then you're saying a man is Kayani can cry near Pianino to the amount of Basso Panque ambulances. Why? Come for your years.
Gabby,
ambulance almost brand new.
You're brand new.
It is over the president. No, some of the councils, not time. No, maybe the electric or occasional of the councils and you see. Or now be soon. Nothing. Don't know what for a man of Modia. This is what he did. A man and a bush of any now, Koyo Kyeremanteng, we are not the Kunku. And one. This is what happened. Very, very sad. Okay, very, very, very sad. So, my. The car woman has some truck. Almost yes, kind of. Me can't say yes, kind of. Yes, kind of. You do Boahene some or you. What to be that? The crown no cry never. Now, when I'm marking a approval on the contract, 1.3 million a month.
Afenyo na approve here.
Naga. I'm on a car, I do what you want to say. About Afenyo Markin approve the contract. 1.3 million a month. Okay, Afenyo Markin and just I'm not one in team one as I didn't want. PCG, Minister of Board Chair of and then CEO of board members of and so many others. Now, in some way, I'm more accused because how? Mukwo and that, won't go you old one. Order because you can't have more party. If you are Mafa, Uncle Mercy, Marco Tong. Hey, the NDC Ama, they will still be doing it. So we came out,
there be and came.
So it's still be going on. Are they?
You're right. Yeah, that's it.
You miss me, Damas.
Yeah, that's it. Ato Forson penny amote sani ene no twetwe nkomo yi eye Dr. Richard Amwakuba
yo it for we ne ensemo ababeto yepono so meka say so wunya subscribe to channel idea bobody say obe subscribe no wala give video no give us a thumbs up na fi share ma wo foforo so na wunya bi hwe na wo hu ensemo ekoso ewo Ghana memo a wo with me atchere wadwen afaye ensem we nyina ho ewo comment box ni mu mbati minkabi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.